at this game once again. Recap the last time, we just found out Sakura died, and we're just investigating her body right now. And in case you don't remember or just starting now, make sure to watch my other videos about Danganronpa to get caught up. Let's open this. Now, this is my opinion. Since Sakura is like a martial artist and it's kind of about, I feel like she would be the kind of sense of the fighting last time. I think she kind of ended her life to end a dispute between us. That's what I think, because one, the door was locked from the inside, so of course Sakura locked it, because I believe that she killed herself so everyone wouldn't fight, because since we found out that she was the spy, that there was tension between us, and she didn't want that to happen, so I believe she just ended her life to end the violence. That's what I believe.
Hey.
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. The door happened to be jammed shut with a chair from the inside the rec room, which means the kill would have had to escape somehow after parting the door. If the door was blocked from the inside, then there was no way in or out until we broke the window. There's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
this is the classic locked room murder. Would be real life.
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about the lock-in murder details? Sure, I don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. Lock-in crime committed. It means the killer commits this crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism or a number of variations. So for that, all we have to do is check the door.
Correct.
Like that, this locked room already exists before a crime is committed. Oh.
In other words,
She'll use a special contraption or tools from inside to target the victim inside. You push a switch that fires a handgun or shoots an arrow through the gap in the door, something
however,
like that. In this case, that does seem to fit. No guns are sensible. Alright. Yeah, I think we can probably cross.
It's
obviously. The killer stays in the room until it's opened up. You mean like that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use it. They pretend to show up along with everyone else. That's that.
It's true.
And the 4th and final type is when it's actually a locked room at all. Not
In
locked
other
room.
words,
That means they're actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see a lot of it in all of the things, and it's generally not possible. Don't you think?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So then, alright. 4 possibilities.
It's true.
I assume it should be our primary person in the trial, but right now I can't really say. I see. Alright. Investigation. There's subject restaurant. Hang on. Glad to judge and all. There's top bottle. Alright. There's been a bottle.
Huh?
You recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. Alright. So after we left nurse house, I gave it to her, and I thought it might help her calm down a little. So I gave Kenny Sakura. I found a big box of it from our house. I really liked them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, we took the entire box back to my room. Mission nowhere else could get their hands on them. I really liked them that much.
I mean...
But I But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost. But now I've lost all their flavor. Now I've lost all their flavor. Sergio has suffered in the chair. Obviously, a woman has suffered. Normally, you don't have any problem with that. Killer. What's going on? Marty's blood. Just blood. Maybe her getting hit in the head somehow caused her to vomit blood. Not a chance. Kuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting.
Naturally.
That's most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I call it interesting. I see blood over there. Okay. Let's say magazines out there. So far she died. A little bit on the bookshelf. That about some sort of kind of marking figure. I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles.
So...
No different from their standard shipping bottle, huh? Do you know where the bottle opens its bottle and the boat stays inside? I've never seen that. Yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that, a Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. Our start shooting, so I found on the ground. Alright. The killer, or the person who was in here, grabbed the bottle from there and hit Sakura on the head. I think it hit that was the weapon. Are those handprints though? Locker open. Inside. Handprint.
why?
What's a handprint in here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint and all of that.
It's true.
Looks kind of fresh too. I say someone was hiding here. And then so then maybe the killer hid in here into the locked room. Open, don't you think? All them confusing. They popped open.
Wrong.
Ground. Fortunately, that's not really. Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Link back before we opened the door. We looked inside the room, right? The locker was open. I remember that part. Last time. Yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
But there's no way someone could have been in here until after we opened it. So that means someone was hiding in there during the thing. Maybe, okay. Come on. It's really... Is that a protein shake? There's some kind of plastic thing rolling around there.
So...
It's like a protein drink. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. She mentioned more than once how protein is good for her.
wrong.
Right? I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Oh, what is it?
Hey,
See what's scattered around the front. Try to glass, it must have been part of the window.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around, I think. There's also some underneath. Why does that matter? I can't say for sure, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll come quite clear later on. where? Cheryl shows up against the door. Here, where's there's no reason to think that there's something to do it. Yes, so Sakura locked herself rec room. Okay. Oh, it's just saying. Yeah, well, of course I broke it to get. Yes. No worries. That's the end. So. So the camera must have created a locked door from inside, not from the outside. I talked to it.
What the heck? I won't forgive you.
Alright. Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you out more. You see, Sakura asked the three of them to meet with her, you know where? Right here in the rec room. What? The three went to nurse office where Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off her own, and when I saw her again, that she told me. She said she left 3 notes for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room. I knew not she died right around then. I tell you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. I told her that she just wanted to talk to him. What happened? If I stopped her by force, even as this never would have happened. Never would happen, you know. Alright. Alright.
What?
Talk to you about. Be quick. So you found out, interesting. And it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. Well, what a fool would do what it's only a fool would do what it said. And the risk of being killed by a black monster. So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note, shred and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. You didn't go see her. That's true? Well, until we can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept this fact. I'm gonna be honest, Wookiee doesn't seem like the guy who kills someone or anything. He just wants to play the game.
Come on!
He's more of a mystery solver than a murderer. If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Alright, or boy, I guess I'll...
However...
Sakura... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She is the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand on her? Why must the singer's advice, right? Certainly. They wouldn't have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
Listen.
Oh, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? Yeah, I think so. There's no
So
fire.
then... Listen to me.
Well, which is why I decided you'll go in my place. She decided? Alright, but she should. Time to talk to Toko first, I guess. Oof. Taka, R.I.P. Mondo, okay. Mondo got turned to butter, got disrespected. Taka. Oh man. Taka. You go, she got stabbed mid-stab. So good, here you are. Press turbo, and gone. For a few seconds. Who's there? Most negative red result.
Well,
Okay.
what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Alright.
I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good
Hey,
mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously, you know, I told them safely scattered out of the hall.
What do you want?
There you go. I want to talk about the fact that Tiger had actually lived there. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Sophia told me she had... Sophia already told me she had asked to meet him. But she wanted to meet with Master too. Yeah, I just said two, didn't I? Well, I guess now it's only obvious, huh? Well, pretty much, so can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note. While I didn't go see her, I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claimed she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Until I get through, otherwise I have no choice but to accept this fact. If this is good enough, then I'm going back to my room. Alrighty then. Where was I? Time to go to Heroes. Silas was Silas ain't cool. Tina, Sakura, rest in peace. Leon, what jerkwad. Bruh, he probably needs some room smoking, I'm being honest.
You know?
Hey, what's up, Mako? Did you meet someone? I say I have to check up with you. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet you. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze to my soul after your special release awakened in you? Well, I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself and asked Priya and Toga to meet too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Well, she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, I know.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in the passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. But then you went and met Sakura.
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? He's definitely suspicious.
Actually,
last time I saw Ogre was when I got her, and I took her to the next stop.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. Alright. Do I still have it? Oh, let's see.
Hey, come
Oh,
on.
looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on her face, he pulled his hand out of his pocket. And then he something fell into the ground. Something had fallen out of Shiro's pocket.
What?
Quickly, that's when Hiro snatched it back up and shoved it back to his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a piece of trash. I forgot to throw it out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet with me, but I never went. So well, if you excuse me. But Toko and Hiro are both acting suspicious, dog. Okay, so try this again. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna go to the chem lab first. The office, wasn't it? Oh no, it was not the office one. What am I thinking? It's not the office, come on, man. It was the actual chem lad. They even said it. Come on. There we go. Right here.
What?
Cuddle, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think you meant, yes sir, I understand. I ain't gonna look at, alright. Wherever it is, I suppose we're supposed to look at it. Like the shelf has recognized together. Try itself. More importantly, right now. Why is this powder broken from the shelf itself? I have to be careful not to step on it. Footprints! These footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. So these footprints were like this as a whole. You have to sketch it. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer within.
What?
Well, okay. So how is this? Not bad for you, I mean. Alright, for me.
I see.
So when you look at it, it's like interesting. However, it would appear that whoever left these footprints had business on the left of the shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. You're telling me.
I see.
Switchers must be.
It's certainly possible.
Are they yours? No.
What?
Okay then, let me see your shoes on from the price for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I clearly did what you just said. Say your footprints appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit, these are not footprints. And unfortunately, you hoped it was me, so I would have been the killer, so you would have gotten me out. Okay, I see you. I see you. Unfortunately. But with how clear these footprints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And this is a very valuable clue. Hey, it's the poison there. There's one, okay? C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning check things out, and at that point, hasn't been like this. And then this rotating power must have been built.
So in other words,
that's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. Much else stuff going. Alright. So. All kinds of there's different machines. Found. But why is the poison with the protein? Last time I remember when Wish went up there, the poison was on the right side, I believe. A. So I guess section A. But wait. I don't know about 9. Good. Raging. It's simply their use. Reaction. Have to live.
What?
What do you think studying science and mathematics has no particular application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. Alright, I'm beginning to usually on my nerves here. Oh, terminal items. All these stairs. You go to sleep. I guess. A. There supplement. These reagents. What? I can't teleport here? Okay. Interesting. Alright, there we go. I have to get out of that sequence, okay. Bloop.
Hey,
Hello, how's your sleep going?
I see.
I see. Along with they're both playing here. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I made some progress on my own. I find myself by using some bottles of these 3 foods. Well then, I guess we'll look at them again! Sanctions upside down. Back
Hey.
It's something I should try. It's important for you to explore with the detail, don't you think? This is one of it said Toko. Could it be a dying message?
correct.
When you're here, you found it. Kyoko. Is this?
So,
Can see the die message. Someone used their finger to write it. Die message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It's already left that when I found it a little while ago. Make sure. Hey, what's that? That's a Soko, right? Like, what the heck? And she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
Forgive you.
It's hell, she's the killer for sure. That's use of evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. Now we look at the shattered bottle, maybe? Bottle. Nothing bad. Something new.
hey,
Figure it out. There's no correlation. Oh! The different kinds of pieces. A pawn, rook, bishop, king. We're missing the knight just on the ground, and we're missing the queen as well.
so,
I don't think I'm for a clue, so I'll give you a solution. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do really trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with.
hey,
Actually, there is one thing about Maguma's bottles that bother me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment.
anyway,
You gather up all the pieces. Try to get the small pieces too.
That doesn't
Like
matter.
Our already done with a thorough investigation, so it's fine, and that's obvious. It's not just obvious.
So then,
Anything I need. Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab while I'm gonna try to get rid of the pieces. Alright. Sorry,
so then,
is everything ready? Then let's get to work. What experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a skill from the chem lab where we're going to use it to compare the weights. Compare the weights of blood. Pieces will be collected in one long 1,000. Okay. This one, it'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
Let's compare the weight of 2 known non-purple bottles.
In other words,
They weigh about the same, which makes sense. Non-purple bottles inside are basically the same. Okay.
so then,
What the pieces off that scale? Either they'll balance out, or the pieces left will be lighter. Might be best to eat them all so that there's a chance to fit them in
So then.
here. Logan glasses are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
That's what I thought.
In
What?
other words,
The results of my experiment of the correlation between these follows. Put it all together, and I believe you will arrive at conclusion. Okay. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Then go to the locker.
why? It's true. Hey,
The body again.
just a second.
Just staring off the face isn't gonna help figure anything out. Well, yeah, I don't know,
Hey.
but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recurl at the thought of touching a dead body. She's extremely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown used to. Although there are still some times I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
It's totally normal. And how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More permanently there. Ooh, the throat? That's the poison for sure.
correct.
And
I
now,
see.
who's number one?
Hey, it's true. It would seem...
Let me take a sip. That's some good water. Mine said she received 2 blows. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting. Would you say there's one?
Correct.
Both her hands are spotless. There are absolutely no trace of blood in either one.
It's true.
So then, what? Time for the trial.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Let's see how we doing. Let's see. Alright, the ultimate martial artist will have a lost room murder mystery. What the? Like, no matter how awesome something is, if you toss a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed!
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse?
Here!
No matter how great something is, put a sad face and makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed!
For example, do you have 100 friends? It's right, that does make it pretty bad.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casually after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
You're mean. I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough, because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. Down the elevator. Let's just go down. As I really look at it, Hero's hair is pretty long and spiky. Let's just get on to it. The door opened once again. Just the thing as you, huh? Really? That's so cute. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one last classmate? Or will your school life come to a complete end?
Now then.
End completely. I just switched those two words. Now then, are you ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assignment. Why you always have to say deadly? Whatever deadly compared to deadly. I already know it's deadly, bud. Try.
Let's begin with a basic explanation. If you can figure out, then I'll punish now!
We already know who did it.
There we go.
Whoa! Deja vu!
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Yeah, I really sure want to go through with the killer. The reason why you should have to do is because, of course, we have to do the notes.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
There you go.
No, that's wrong.
Oh.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, And that was right before she died.
And we also know that they all
So
goes
there's
out of
no
note.
doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can see, you know, there's good reasons to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Oh,
The
pocket
fact
trash.
that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious.
Oh, the trash.
One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw. No, that's wrong.
Right? Because I saw that trash.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
That'd be right. You sucker could have only gotten the candy after it.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was... oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious! It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
Oh man.
I'm talking about her shining message! At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
I don't think Toko's done it because Toko's not.
You just don't know when
This
you're
is
beat,
not
do
for
ya?
Sakura.
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Oh.
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Hold on. Diamond.
I got it! Kyoke, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense!
Hiro, see, he smoked some of that cushion before coming up here. We'll find a diamond. Okay. Really something here. What can we do? Country, such a good.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
I did shoot. What is it? I did not mean to do that. What is it?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message.
You hold it.
It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Oh man.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine
tucked away when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when
I found it was only after
I found the magazine tucked away on the
magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Have to hit the thing, man.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
There we go.
What's wrong?
I had to hit it and smash, but I meant to use the other one, but good
When
thing
Sakura's
I
body was
didn't.
found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
The Vienna sausage?
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt. No, actually, you doubt it. No way Sakura wrote that. Because there's no blood on her hands.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right.
Oh, I was
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Got him.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
What do you do with the other bow? Because he got 2 hits in the head, and if I remember in the thing,
But
there was
why would
there.
you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help. It might help you give you some energy. Sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
2 head wounds. What I described, Hiro only hit Sakura once, and there was 2 of those things on top missing. So someone must have hit her and cleaned up the other
There's
bow.
one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
Oh, he picked Toko. What is it? Okay.
Shoot!
Oh,
I
the
got it!
magazine.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Or the number of bottles.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Yeah, true.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Yeah, also explain the 2 bottles.
Who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
I got it!
It must have been Toko.
It had to be Toko, right?
Cause if Bakuya was there and he saw it in Toko, Bakuya, I'm being honest, Bakuya would have just left it there as Toko. But if Toko saw it had her name, of course she would want to hide it.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Yeah,
Is he right,
exactly.
Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
No one has to be able
Don't
to
doubt
say.
Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
It's because of the bottle that he,
I didn't want to, but I did.
outside of Sakura's body.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle and she was...
See? Hiro really is the killer!
I know which one to put it at.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from... And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
Well,
After the first swing, the bottle shattered.
I hit the word. I hit the word.
Hiro
when I
really
saw
is
it.
the killer!
Oh, come on, game. You're making me
I
mad
didn't
here.
want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from... And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And
See?
Hiro really is the killer!
For mine, that was terrible.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from... And you only hit her...
yeah, just once.
Shoot!
Only hear one.
I didn't want
But
to,
the body said
did it.
she had to.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby.
And I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from... And you only hit...
Yeah, just once.
And I guess it
No,
was.
that's wrong.
But didn't we look at the body and say they were two headroom? So that
If
would
Sakura
also be
died
the
from
same
Hiro's
thing
single
with,
blow.
Okay, yeah.
That doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Two?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
As I said, we're missing the queen and the rook.
Once
But-
you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Alright. Oh. I was looking for a C there.
Now I understand.
It was the chess piece. Is it the chess pieces?
That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Exactly.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
That could
No.
be true.
It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it
2
clear?
wounds.
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
I was. Alright.
Shoot!
Okay.
I got it!
It was broken.
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Right now I think about it, it was pretty easy. Don't roast me.
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
I'm gonna assume it's the weight, I guess?
I got it!
Because
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. I got it!
Sakura's second blow.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Fine,
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
See, the way that Bakugo said it, he was like, I know this man's gonna say something stupid.
Right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
I know, man.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
I already know what it is, so I don't need to. Oh, there's a new helmet, but I need to listen to this. Or you can press triangle during your trial type thoughts, but from now on you gotta pay a little more extra attention for using your final blows. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use your couple or P grace. Okay. For your education questions, we're going to pretend you're in the moon. Regardless, this is once, okay?
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. That's enough!
What the?
Shut up! It's a lie! That's enough!
How am I supposed to, what's the perfect?
is... I refuse to give up yet!
Okay. Was it the wrong triple and I didn't know?
It's a lie! I admit nothing! I hate you! I curse you! No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing! I curse you! I curse you! It's a lie! Enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing! I hate you! I curse you! That's enough!
This should prove it!
There you go.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
That's because Mikuru's like, tell me
you
now.
killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Probably.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
The genocide Jill.
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yeah, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
No. Really?
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
I'm not gonna lie, that picture does look scary.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Guess who's back!
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights!
Okay.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
Huh. She's worried
And when
about
it was
that.
all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
What? Why?
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
So Genocide Jack only kills cute boys, and Genocide Jack likes Kuya. So one of these days, because of her track record, she could Genocide Jack could kill Bakuya.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
That is true.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
Okay. So that's good. Keep talking like that. And it's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the boat.
But there's a thing. Explain.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's...
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
The mouth.
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling!
No wonder so Sakura is. Okay.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me! I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Oh man, I'm pretty sure that's the one.
I was just, and all of a sudden, I remember waking up.
You were taken by surprise. So you smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Not because that's the body with the blood in her mouth.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
I know it's Bakuya. I mean, Makoto didn't, but you know, I'm the voice in his head guiding him.
Just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
And my dual shot
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
Proof that there was an attacker. The evidence that proves there was an attacker from the magazine.
I got it!
What was
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors!
Sure.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
No.
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
No, you just...
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, because we just can't do it that the locker was
I
open.
don't think that's possible.
Oh, no, that's not good. Wrong one. I thought that said something else. I saw it for myself. The locker was too small.
I got it! Even before we open the door to the rec room, Tina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
Why is her tongue so long?
You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Yeah.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Alright, okay.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Oh, okay.
Shoot! What was it? If it wasn't from Chip, what was it?
There's no other that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
Okay.
No, it's wrong! According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
Nah,
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood.
True.
Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
It
Is
is.
it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Oh, poison.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In
Well, we
section
already
A,
know
dietary
this.
supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And That's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
I got it!
That was the same shelf as A. The
Poison
protein
was
stuff.
actually in Section A, wasn't it?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Bakuya, let's lay it on it. Oh. I couldn't believe my eyes. Then
Master!
we were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do was just stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Bakuya was calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Because Bakuya, you have to put it in the water or milk or something, buddy.
Protein?
So it won't taste that weird powdery stuff.
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
So it must have replaced it. Now I understand. Wow. I know how to spell now.
Must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. Drink.
I got it!
Oh, it's a protein drink.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
But...
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
I got it!
There you go.
The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
And why was the door locked from the inside, though?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Yep, so take off our
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
I know, they seem truly like friends. I mean, I wouldn't...
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way.
But it still doesn't explain why the room was locked from the inside, though.
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't
everyone's
think
forgetting
twice
that single
about
detail,
it when
but
Hina handed
I'm
her
not.
the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really... kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
No, people. There are a lot of people
Just
who do
like how
that,
this
yeah.
girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Yeah,
Hina,
that's what I've been
if
saying
you
too,
really are the
Makoto.
killer,
I'm in your head. You
explain
need to
it.
listen to me more.
How
I'm
did you
talking through
create
you.
that
You're
locked
mine.
room?
Come on, I'm your inner conscience.
Well,
See, Hina doesn't even know, because she doesn't even know
that
how
doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Yes.
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
So she's hiding.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
See, because just because you asked.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Unless Sakura, well, I said at the beginning, killed herself. She didn't want us to fight, and that could explain the locked door. She locked it, and she drank the protein, and just trying to hide it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right?
But there was
Meaning
no
you went
footprint
from
from
Section C to Section
Section
A.
A.
Do I have that correct?
yeah.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
No, I think so does, because there's no... It's a sign.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
Well, so she still would have gotten
No,
her feet
that
dirty.
can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous. I didn't know that I left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
See? Because you're shook, because he's like, I didn't know this.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
So see, Kyoko's smiling because she's enjoying Bakuya's struggle. I'm enjoying his struggle too.
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found
so mad.
this. It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
He got him with the finesse, but hey, if that glass was put away in his mouth.
What is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Yes, I get to tear it down. Bakuya's self-esteem now with mysteries.
If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I think I remember. I broke something.
I got it!
Rec room window.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right? The window? The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Hina told us the section.
I got it!
Alright.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
You gotta be quicker than this. You're too
I'll
slow.
grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here. It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Chill, boy.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Because we have good observation skills. The same thing is right after, because of the...
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
Oh, whoops.
Shoot! When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was...
Oh, man.
No, that's wrong.
Broke.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
Look at how shook this man
And
is.
this proves it.
He's
It
rattled.
shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Yep.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that? You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
This should prove it. Yellow
Hina,
powder on her foot.
Did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Sakura did it herself.
Here's my answer.
Got it.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What?
Nani?
The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it! I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly!
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Yep. But Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Alright.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Ogre? So she said, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, you should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. You have to end this properly.
I don't know how to do this. Damn. That's easy. Bang. Wait. Bang. Then back to the beast, cause easy peasy living breezy. Wrote the name. That needs skedoodled. Then she looked, she saw it. Now she's like, that's not cool. She grabbed it. And then she put it under. What happened? You saw blah fade, blah blah blah. That. She smashed that on her. Then she took it to pieces, then just scattered away. And she's all like that. Make the poison. Alright. You saw that? Yeah. It up. Then she did that. Okay, let's go back to make sure if those beginnings don't go anywhere in here. Oh well, that was already there. So let's do it. We explained.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
We are the detectives.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. but one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others.
Nice.
Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out.
Yep. She saw like, oh no!
And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can.
We're gonna send Genocide Jill up in the back upper left corner there.
They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Bruh, Makoto, why are you just looking up at the sun looking like? Alright.
That's the full truth of the case.
Case and solved.
Sakura took her own life. And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you...
Cause I'm smart.
How did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Exactly.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot?
Yeah.
I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
My entire...
We're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Why did she try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come out to light, you would have died along with the rest
What
of
are you
us.
thinking?
And yet why'd you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason why Sakura died was because all you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die!
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean. You were gonna take all of us with you. We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand, then let me explain. Did you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying in her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate, so instead of waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands. I found it on the ground from the rec room. It was Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after the inside Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out to the nurse's office. I ran after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't forgive
my closest
this!
friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to help some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous this is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. if they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina.
Please don't think of things like that. You're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura. She believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood she was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You traveled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that's just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand here and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you would have seen you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just wanting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands. How far you pushed her. You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking to me like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
Favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, I got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for, and when I got there I saw the powder. That's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison itself, Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. And by the time I got there, I was already too late. Sakura.
Please!
Open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bleed. If she got hurt, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. You know, we killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive to the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to set her free of her regrets. But even that I got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her again after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but
Hey!
this is taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course, I know what you were talking about, because her and me?
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is sketchy? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But you know already.
Too bad!
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. Alright, that's pretty messed up there, buddy.
It's true!
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put it in her room.
Huh?
What then? You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound dirty. I just thought I living things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help if you totally look totally took my little scribbles at face value. I didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsely evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the one shirking each other around. Okay. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all a part of the production process, okay? And scene cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall allow it using a, alright?
Hey!
But if you weren't kept an idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place.
Hold on!
And isn't it just so fortunate killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. It gives me the will.
Enough already.
Could you just get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed!
My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to say it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to me.
The mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
So you might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of it, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plans changed. Mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperate to stay alive. I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of the mastermind. Oh man, but more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
So, that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe moronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone hurting someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told. Commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. And my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of the conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
When Sakura didn't feel cornered, she didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. She sacrificed so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
it was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason why I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm truly sorry. Please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. You can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please tell Fukuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close. Still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it's because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura said it wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Straight. This is all because of your misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her, I can't blame her, and nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there's a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, Are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy, our enemy, wait, your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew!
I love Lucia, you understand, don't you? It's a life or death. It's a life or death elimination match. The only way you can survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game. My man! Yeah, you get cool points back, bro.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina are both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have casted aside their fear from the game.
Don't make me repeat
There's no
myself.
point participating in this game, which has lost the sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Lucia, does this mean? Don't underestimate. Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism. If that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I'll go. And if the Mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire everyone. Well, now you can say that's others that had no meaning. How boring. But nothing good could come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
The heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about the good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on
You
track.
want me to punish you guys?
Punishment time.
What?
But Sakura is technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna.
But...
Is it me?
Wrong!
I have to know, just because the black woman said does not mean I can just sub in whoever old sword I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the fair times one rule.
Listen up!
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment. But it would be a shame till I go to waste.
Yahoo!
Special guest. Special guest.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oh, alter ego? Oh no. Oh. Well, the facial expression on the laptop, he looked like he felt that. You.
Oh no!
Turn into a mangled hunk of junk. That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a little plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grilled chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodies. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell. Oh man.
So,
I realize how dangerous this could be, but still, I have to do this.
but
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still.
even when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. I might be just an inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay.
I'm gonna do my
If
best.
it's for the sake of everyone else, I wouldn't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart until my disbelief gave way in raw anger. Anger turned the fury black and my bubbled all over. My bubble jumped near my body, quickly overflowing the shooting. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
You're friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Isn't that what you call animalism? Animism? Blah, blah, blah. You're where your soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is it got in the way, and I was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed.
Actually...
Finally, no. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Shiro was doing something with that laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyzing data. I knew exactly how I was gonna play it out from the start.
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in the laptop, it was, I guess you can call it, a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But speaking into the Nightwood was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out here. After all, Rico wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help Oliver's own life. For that, he was killed. The punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who died so far, the death of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read a postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Show a bit more life than Sakura's now.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay, here we go. Prepare your ears for the tone of the truth. Another thing, there's something I'd like to tell you and the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue for you to unravel the mystery about this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken of Mastermind off and on the whole time. There's one thing other, which is Mastermind has said something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was close. I weren't, we would have been with deep spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is missed for today. But you just can't stop an important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tremble, huh? It makes you somehow you don't even know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for harming your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I ever let any of you respaws have it. But
Too bad.
that's for you either. Wait, what's this?
What?
What's it now?
What?
It's one less than on your note. Let me just say this to you, Mastermind. I'm not going to lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh? How about a 1-7 loser, huh? She won't lay down and die, she'll fight you? Whatever, who cares? Once I'm dead, musclehead has his head.
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys try to get some rest, Maybe sometime you reconsider how to approach this school's life of yours, and you're sure don't want to graduate, can just cut free your regrets for the outside world. Think about that. Think long and hard. Alright. Get something to us? Over.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me, what did you do to my body? Mastermind did something to our bodies. I mean, the Mastermind plan a bomb on us or something? Bomb explodes? Stuff like that? I don't think that'll happen.
Yo!
Everything's gone? Now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there to do other than head right back up? Oh yeah, let's get out of here. What? Let's feel responsible. Dial back on your ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Killer and Makoto are the ones who figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that last one? I haven't reached the point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean, and I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? She just captured his flag.
No, 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 no!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the rooms between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's actually not what's happening here. I would never go for a sleazeball like him.
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball because you are a sleazeball.
See.
Apparently you still have a death wish. A bit more sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse. I want the abuse. Give and take from me. Okay. Alright. She's a masochist. Sleep. Alright, yeah. That's a good time to end this right here. Hope y'all enjoyed this video I see. Live stream. I'll see y'all next time. Meantime, hope y'all like the video and subscribe. See you next time. Peace.